All right, so there's a few of these oil pastel drawings that I've completed so far. A smaller one and two bigger ones, the 22 by 30s. I like them so far. Okay, we're making good progress. These are the ones I'm pretty happy with. They're good, they're nice, they're colorful, if not a little bit Lisa Frank. And that, I mean, they're a little bit too colorful. I was just a little bit too eager in using every color, maybe. All right, everybody, we're back here at Jerry's, an art supply store I like going to because we need more supplies for oil pastels, namely paper. Let's go inside. The paper that I ended up getting, Canson Mi-Tientes Velvet. Yeah, look at this nice matte black paper. I don't know if you can even tell in the video, but it has an incredible kind of rough texture, almost like very smooth sandpaper or something, but it's very soft at the same time. Oh, I don't know, I think it'll be really cool. I think the whole purpose of it is to pick up what's it called? Oil pastels? I keep forgetting what oil pastels are called. When I went into the store, I did not expect to be grabbing black paper, but it was a nice find because someone had suggested I tried using the oil pastels on black paper. Also, it's fun because I had used colored pencils on colored and black paper before, and that was also a fun thing. It's a weird transition. I'm a little bit hesitant because I felt like maybe I shouldn't be switching up the color of the paper I'm drawing on when I was just starting to feel comfortable with the drawing process I was doing with the oil pastels on the white paper. And there's something you have to do fundamentally different, it kind of seems like, when you're using the black paper. I don't know, like you kind of have to work invertedly in the inverse when it comes to lights and darks and stuff like that. I don't know. It's not terrible, but I wanted to try something new and fun and different bad enough that I was like, yeah, let me try the black paper. It looks cool. And this stuff is so dark and black and just sucks up light in an incredible way. I'm surprised that Anish Kapoor and Stuart Simple aren't fighting over this stuff. This velvety, it really does have a weird velvet texture to it, but it's tough enough that it sucks up the, well, it sucks up both light and the oil pastels, and everything just sticks to it. Who knows? It's cool. And I have to apologize for that weird little compilation, that montage of me looking at art supplies in Jerry's, where I put the music over it because I was going to do like a little voiceover, a little commentary of me looking at stuff in there, like a live commentary, but they had very loud copyrighted music playing. I didn't really know how to get around that, but it's okay. So we just went in a different direction. Also, let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor, Squarespace, who has a whole bunch of tools to host, design, and create your own website. And having your own website is its own kind of freedom. We all put a lot of stuff on social media these days, but social media has its own kind of restrictions. And with your own website, you can do whatever you want. So look at the type of templates they have to get you jump started, and then just start customizing and making it look however you want. If you want to customize a lot, you can get it looking really crazy, or if you just want to use one of the templates they have there, it'll look sleek, polished, and professional with almost no effort. Okay, so set up a little e-commerce store if you want, or just post your photographs or drawings or, I don't know, secret journal writings. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/PeterDraws for 10% off your first website or domain. All right, as much as I enjoyed using this paper, I gotta tell you, I realized something terrible when I got home. Well, first of all, I gotta say there's a frustrating thing that happens when you're shopping for paper at some art stores, and this is happens with paper and sketchbooks, is that sometimes the paper is all wrapped up in plastic. Some of the sketchbooks are all wrapped up in plastic, and sometimes they fix this by having like one of the sketchbooks unwrapped, because I am never ever gonna buy paper to draw on if I can't run my little fingertips across it first. I gotta feel it, right? I can't buy paper that I haven't felt first. And if it's all wrapped up, it's like I had the same problem at Barnes & Noble the other day. I took my car to the shop to get it inspected, and the guy said, I told him, I said, hey, how long for an inspection? He said 2 hours. And I just sat there going, 2 hours. I guess, there were a few other people ahead of me in the line. Then after I heed and hawed a little bit, he said, hour and a half. I was like, okay. It was in the little garage I go to is in a shopping center. So I was like, okay, I'll go grab some lunch. So I went and grabbed some lunch at a Mexican place right there. Had like a weird little steak fajita or something. And then I went to Barnes & Noble, and I found my favorite section, which is the section with all the cool art books and stuff. But so many of these cool art books, which I'm sure a lot of them had amazing pictures and drawings in them, were all wrapped up with the plastic still on them. They're begging you. They're leaving you with the only option is to judge books by their covers. I'm just assuming you're not supposed to rip the plastic off without buying it. I'm assuming you have to buy it. If we were allowed to rip the plastic off without buying it, wouldn't they just have already ripped the plastic off so that we could, I don't know, they probably have problems with people, just sitting there and browsing and look at the books and then leaving. What they should do is have one display copy, and you take the display copy to the cash register, and then they give you the pristine wrapped version. That's what I think they should do. But that probably, I don't know, they probably have a very small inventory. Like they probably only have one of each book, and then like a big, nice, expensive art book, they probably only have one of those, and then when it sells, they reorder it or something again. I don't know. Isn't Barnes & Noble like a big, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Barnes & Noble is one of those companies that was one of the next to go bankrupt and disappear. I feel bad, It's nice to have bookstores to go and browse in every now and then. But I will say, when I went to the Barnes & Nobles, it didn't look like it was doing poorly. Okay? I take that back about it about to be going bankrupt. There were a lot of people in there. A lot of people looking around. Some people buying stuff. They had a little cafe in there. People were drinking coffee. It didn't feel dead in there. It felt alive and thriving, which I was happy to see. So that's good. People still like books. Anyways. Oh yeah. That's what I was saying about the paper. So much of the paper was wrapped up, and I couldn't tell if I liked it or not because I couldn't feel it. Especially this black paper I bought. It was in a 10-pack, and these big sheets, which were in a very weird size, like the big black sheets here I bought were 19.5 inches by 25.5 inches, which I think is some obviously not a standard imperial American measurement, because it's a much more rounded number of centimeters. So this is obviously something shipped over from Europe. It's probably a very nice number of centimeters. I can't remember, but it's a very weird number of inches and half inches. But a 10 pack, okay, of paper, but the sheets are $9 each, which means the whole pack of paper is $90. And it just feels so weird to spend $90 on paper that's wrapped up in plastic and I can't even feel it. But then I did look up and I found a little pad of the same paper and I felt it. But I wanted the big paper, but I still wish I could have only bought 1 or 2 pieces of the paper. And I wished that there in the store. And then a terrible thing happened when I got home and I was looking at the receipt and I realized they had only charged me for 1 piece of paper. But I bought a whole 10 pack. They had charged me $9 even though I had bought $90. It's like I wished it and it came true. Well, what really happened was I took the pack up there and to check out, and I guess they have a pretty janky system at Jerry's, and the girl was trying to scan it and it wasn't scanning, so then she had to like hop on her little radio and ask a coworker to tell her the SKU number, you know. She's like, what's the SKU number on this black paper? And she like told her what it was, and then her coworker told her the number, and her coworker must have told her the number for 1 piece of paper instead of the 10 pack. And I didn't realize this till I got home. It's a pretty bad sign that I wasn't paying better attention. I think I was just already realizing it was going to be very expensive, so I was trying to like not look closely. I also bought a pack of even bigger white plain watercolor paper to draw on, and some Prismacolor markers, and some more white oil pastels. I was like, I know this is gonna be bad. Yeah, just swipe the card. Just swipe the card. So I wasn't really paying attention to the total because I knew I wanted all this stuff, and I didn't really want to know how much it cost. I should have been paying more attention. But what should I do? Huh? What should I do? Is that on me to go back and tell them they didn't charge me enough? Or is that on them? And is it like legally mine now? Or am I good? Like, I don't know how much responsibility I should feel for this. Anyways, I'm glad because I felt terrible about buying $90 worth of paper. I mean, it did end up being good paper. Okay, I realize I'm rambling now. As far as how this thing turned out, it was difficult and weird to draw on the black paper when I was used to the white paper, and it was very bright and vibrant. I liked that. Something weird happened at the end when I sprayed it and put it in the frame. The colors were much more muted, and I can't tell if I like it or don't like it, and I can't tell if the colors became muted when I sprayed it with a protective spray, or if it was because of the glass, which was like very reflective. And I don't know, something happened when I had it up on the wall that makes it look the colors much more muted. But I also think it makes it look it could be a little bit better. Like if I hadn't known how bright and vibrant it looked before I put it in the frame, I think I would be pretty happy with how it looks in there. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. This is a fun experiment. I like how it went. I think I might try drawing more on the white paper before I come back to the black paper. I feel like black paper is advanced level, right? And so I want to feel more. I want to at least feel like I've got the intermediate level drawing done. With the oil pastels on the white paper. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.